Leasehold properties, off-plan properties, cheap properties in cheap areas. So now we know what not to look for. How do we find the great investments? The cool thing about property right now is the prop tech industry, and what I'm going to need you to do is, in the comments right now, I'll pin it to the top, I've put a link in there to a piece of software. Click it now and make yourself a user on there, and with that link as well you could get premium access for free for 90 days. So go on there now, and it's going to relate back to that in a second. So prop tech has had a massive influence on the property industry, obviously property technology, right? Tech in the property space has been absolutely huge, I guess, as it has been in loads of areas. With the rise of AI right now, it's absolutely crazy. I'm sure we've used OpenAI or ChatGPT. It's absolutely crazy. If you haven't, it's insane what you can do with it, right? But really, this is about finding the best opportunities. Now, obviously, what you can do is go on Rightmove. Now, Rightmove's great for finding some opportunities, but honestly, you have to bear in mind that by the time they're on Rightmove, they're getting listed, they've been shown to their mates, looked at the owner of the company, if it's a small agency, do we want to buy this? And it's gone all the way through to the end. Now, because the market has got a little bit softer right now, you might get phone calls from estate agents finding great deals, right? The reality is they're not great deals. They're either unique cases or problems with the property that maybe they're not being as upfront about. By the way, not insinuating that every agent is hiding something at all. There's some great ones out there. So that's not really how to utilize Rightmove. How would I utilize Rightmove? Well, I'd be doing two things. First of all, I'd be looking at letting agents. Letting agents right now are a great access to properties because every single property on there is what? A buy-to-let property. Shock horror, we are looking for boring vanilla buy-to-let properties. Where best to find them than a management agent? So because of all of the changes in the market, you've got Section 24, which was the tax implication, the EPC proposed changes that then get scrapped, obviously. Section 21 that's looking to get scrapped, but don't worry, that's not really coming into play until huge changes to Section 8 notices. And so much more that's come into play. Why is this important? Well, movement creates opportunity, but movement also causes pain. If you think you were a landlord that purchased a property 25, 30 years ago, you built your portfolio, most people would have done it in their personal name because that was the most tax efficient way of doing things. And then suddenly all of these changes, and you've heard the phrase, the straw that broke the camel's back. One man's opportunity is another man's downfall. And so these landlords, old school ones that have got these portfolios, might be looking to exit. So look for letting only. So the way I go on this is I download the list of estate agents in the area, download the list of letting agents, and then the ones that aren't on both, i.e. they don't have an estate agent and a letting agent, scrap all of those ones and you'll be left with people that are just letting agencies. The reason this is important is they will have portfolio landlords exiting properties, but they don't have an exit outlet, more than likely. So they are going to lose not only thousands in potential fees, but also they're going to lose their management business. Okay, and if let's say somebody's a small agent, maybe they've got 200 lets on, and then one landlord has 10, that's 5% of their business overnight, which will be contributing relatively heavily to their profit lines, okay? And you can help those people not only retain their management, but also gives them an opportunity to earn some money from it. The other thing that I'd look to do is I would search my area and include, go on advanced options and go include sold subject to contract. So you'll see include SSTC, so sold subject to contract. And then the reason I want to do that is I'll then list the properties by oldest first. And if a property has been on sold subject to contract for a few months now, it could be that they're in the final stages and about to complete. It could be that they've not marked it as completed, they've just left it on for whatever reason. Or it could be that they're getting messed around. It could be that there's a chain of property, which is when somebody's selling their property to buy that one. They're buying that property, but they can't do it until they've sold their one. That's called a chain. And they could create a chain break, which is a great opportunity to get an amazing deal. Or it could be the buyers messing around. Maybe their lender's not playing ball. Maybe they're having second thoughts. Maybe they have change of circumstances, all of that sort of thing. And that's a way to find amazing deals. Number two that I really like is auction properties. Now, auctions, you need to know how to play the game on this, all right? Auction houses, you really need to have bridging in place, not a mortgage. Do not go to an auction house and try to buy a property with a mortgage. You are destined for failure. We actually had somebody we listed one of our properties. We had like a 340 grand property. We listed it at the auction house to sell. Somebody bought it at 340. We were happy with that price. You exchange, by the way, hammer goes down, you're done, you're in. They exchanged with 10%. And then after told us that they're looking to get a mortgage on the property. It's like, you have about bloody 1 month to complete, 28 days on the terms of this auction house, right? What are the chances of getting a mortgage in 28 days? Next to zero, okay? They end up going over it. We allowed them an extension. They end up going over it again, and now they're going to lose their exchange money, all right? So buying in auction, you do need to be ready to either purchase cash or get bridging. But the reason I like auction houses is because of that fast turnaround and the speed. The people selling often is not about getting the best prices as such. It's about getting great opportunities quickly. So I know a lot of developers, for example, that will sell a lot of stuff at auction to get quicker money to then purchase an amazing opportunity going into the next one. I've created some great deals, by the way. Great deals for me are not discounts and things like that. It's about finding great long-term plays. But of course, if you are looking at short-term plays, that's going to be a great opportunity. So where does PropTech come in? And why did I say to be going on the link in the description or the comments that I pinned to the top? The reason why is this is a PropTech called Lendlord. They are one of my favorites right now for a load of reasons. But the reason you should be looking at them right now is they've got a feature where you can put in a few keywords and it can extrapolate all of the properties that are listed on all of the major portals and the auction houses. Get this though, you can then incorporate that into their analyzer, all in the same place to see if it's a great deal. It pulls the EPC, the Energy Performance Certificate, gives you property data on all of it extrapolated from property data. And the final sort of nail in the coffin for me that makes it incredible as a piece of prop tech is you can apply for funding on the deals. So there's different ways of doing this, but they are one of the fastest bridging I've ever had. And by the way, I'm not just saying they're good. I use them regularly. I've got some of my portfolio from them, found it and funded it and analyzed it all in the same platform. So I'm talking from personal experience. So what you can do is use their search function so you can go to one place, especially if you're tight on time. It can extrapolate a load of this information, apply for the bridging, especially if you're going for auction. By the way, not financial advice, but if you're going to auction, it's good to know you got the money. They can pre-approve you on the lending so you know your max offer to go in. And I find this really useful, and I think the adaptations and advancements they're making are just getting better and better as the days go on. So make sure you're incorporating Lendlord. And as I said, if you use the link that's below, yes, it's got tracking on it. I'll get paid like 2 pence or whatever if you use it, by the way. But it gives you all of the premium features for free for 90 days. And if you want to carry on using them after, amazing. And if you don't. You end up getting almost all of it for free anyway. So it is a great opportunity. So look, these are really the ways of utilizing what's already there, leveraging other people's time and resources. The reason I really love all of those, by the way, is yes, if you're going to go to Rightmove and auctions, you need to be more proactive, of course, but somebody has already spent all of that money on a marketing budget. Think about all those estate agents. They would have had to have spent thousands in marketing to get those leads. They've got valuers going around to assess the property. They've won the business. And so these are people ready and waiting, ready to sell the property. With letting agents, no, they're not already, but if they are, it's a great motivation for the letting agent to be able to negotiate on your behalf. And again, if you really want to sort of tech this up, Lendlord is great because, again, not only can you extrapolate all of that, you can do everything from one place. You can analyze a property, including a works plan for any refurbishment. You can get your finance in place, pre-approved before you go into the auction. You can extrapolate from all of the main sources, including auction houses, to get the properties, and you can even now manage your portfolio within it. So it really is a one-stop shop. And the cool thing is, this isn't me just like punting something that sponsored the channel because I think they're cool and they're going to pay me. It's not that. It's the fact that actually I use these people regularly. I use the app regularly. I'm looking to be more a part of Lendlord moving forward. And I'm really excited about the potential of that. But I strongly suggest that everyone that's investing in property today use the app. And most people that I speak to have never even heard of it, which is crazy. The final thing I want to really talk about is going old school relationship building. So I'm really talking about, number one, networking. Go into like landlord association groups, like Arla has a list, your local council will have a list of pre-approved landlords, and most of them are like the old school landlords, which are great to talk to. They're sort of like down and grit and all of that. And a lot of them will be looking to exit their portfolio. A really great opportunity to pick up hopefully some great deals. Now, yes, this actually requires you going out of your house, putting on some clothes, talking to a human face to face. I know it's horrible to do that in the modern world, but it's a great opportunity to network. Not just to create great opportunities, but to meet like-minded individuals. Like I was speaking about this on another video, one of the core principles of my education programs is the network that's actually in there, networking with people. And I'm a big believer that your network is your net worth. And people always think of the investor side of that, but I'm talking about more than just money, the wholesome impact of being around great people. And I'm a big believer that you are the average of the 5 people you spend most time with. So spend time with great people and in your networks. But you could pick up great deals there. Number 2 is the smaller estate agents. I'm not talking about the corporates, the one with 20 branches. I'm talking about the ones with like 1, 2, 3 branches. And if you go in there consistently, show your face and turn up, we used to do Donut Wednesdays. We do less and less of this now because we've got the relationships, if you like, in our area. But Donut Wednesdays, we go in with what are they called, the donuts, Ollie? What are they? Yeah, the box of donuts, but what are they called? Krispy Kremes. Krispy Kremes, right? Bloody hell, you need to refinance a bloody house to buy them nowadays. But back then they weren't too expensive, back in the old day. And you'd have these donuts go around, and it's just a way to be memorable. It's just a way to build a relationship. And you'd be shocked at like buying somebody a coffee that you remember they get a caramel frappuccino or something like that. And you go, yeah, this is what they're going to remember. You go in and they remember you. It's not about the coffee. It's not about the bloody donut. It's about standing out in some way. And do you know what? If you want to go tech focus, which I strongly recommend, then get the prop tech that I've mentioned, Lendlord. It will blow your mind. Like genuinely, it's free. Go on there, spend an hour, tell me what you think in the comments. It will blow your mind, the power of that thing. But also, don't just rely on tech. Rely on relationships. And actually, if you can put in that effort consistently, you'll be shocked what opportunities come to you over the next 6 to 12 months. Hopefully this has been valuable. If you're new to the channel, by the way, or even if you're not, only 50% of my viewers are subscribers. Number one, it helps me out massively, so please do me a favor, but also it's gonna help you grow your knowledge. Make sure to hit the subscribe and the notification bell. It takes you 2 seconds. Do it right now before you watch the next video. If you did get value, tap the like button, and of course, watch this next video.